So the other day I did a video and I was talking a little bit about some of the ideas behind the next Xbox. There were some leaks and things like that that indeed, get people excited. Rightfully so. We're all kind of fans of Microsoft. We're all fans of kind of what they're trying to accomplish in terms of putting out good content and having a powerful piece of hardware and things like that. But this bit of information is a little bit something different, but adds to that in a way, and I think delivers a very interesting piece to the puzzle, so to speak. But again, it's all rumors at this point. So until we get official confirmation, let's take it all with a huge grain of salt and kind of just see what happens. But anyway, you're here for the ride. What's up? I'm Crap Gamer. This is Crap Gamer Reviews with another video. Thank you so much for checking it out. I certainly appreciate it. Slap the hell out of that like button. Give me a like. If you're watching the content I do daily, video game content, maybe even consider subscribing for a change, huh? That might be pretty good. So anyway, according to this, and again, rumors, the next Xbox won't be a hybrid. Handheld will be an add-on, and possibly the end of paywalled multiplayer. So the next generation Xbox console has been featured prominently in quite a few rumors, obviously, over the past year, and two leakers have now suggested that Microsoft's upcoming console would launch late in 2026, getting a head start on the PlayStation 6 and a repeat of the strategy that turned out to be very successful for the Xbox 360. If you think back to it, that's the most successful Xbox that has been the 360, and they launched, a year out before the PlayStation 3. And, I think it was just, here's the thing though, we all go, oh man, that was really great, but I like that first year, they did sell, I think, 8 or 10 million units or whatever, but realistically, the thing that really helped the Xbox 360 was they had great games, great services. Like, the things that they introduced were absolutely second to none. So it's more than just launching first. You have to have a viable platform. I think, exclusives. You have to take advantage of what you have, right? Like, most of the stuff that they were putting on Xbox 360, that stuff didn't run on the original Xbox. I mean, there's some stuff that was cross-gen for a little bit, mostly like sports games and stuff, but when it comes down to it, you had to have stuff like Cameo wasn't on Xbox, it was on 360. Perfect Dark Zero was a 360 game, right? Like Viva Pinata, Gears of War, these are 360. You had to give people a reason to really get involved and want to play and buy an Xbox 360, and I felt like they did that. So Microsoft is also reportedly busy with the development of an Xbox handheld. Several prototypes are believed to be in the works, although their release is not imminent. That led some Xbox fans to speculate that the next console might be a hybrid like the Switch as well as the Switch 2. However, in the latest episode of the Xbox 2 podcast, Windows Central's Jez Gordon said that that won't be the case. There will be a proper home console instead, with the handheld as an add-on. Interestingly enough, Gordon predicted that Microsoft would finally remove paywalled multiplayer, but only for the next Xbox, as an additional incentive to upgrade from the Series S and X. He said, and I quote, "I'll tell you now, there's going to be separate handheld and there's going to be an Xbox Series X successor. It's going to be two different things. They're not just going to try to go all in on a handheld only. They're going to do a more traditional console for the Series X people and then a handheld. I'm predicting a Series X successor, a handheld, and the end of the paywall for premium multiplayer games." That's my prediction. So keep in mind, while Jez does work for Windows Central and he has a pretty good track record, this is his prediction. A lot of people like to run with things that he says and maybe takes a little bit of out of context. He is right a lot about things, but he's been wrong with some things as well. This is strictly his prediction. Maybe he knows a little something on some of this. I'm sure, obviously, he has some kind of idea of what's going on or whatever, but at the same time, I feel like it's very important to state that all this stuff just rumors at this particular point, and who knows what the future might bring for Xbox. But at the very least, it is nice to see people get excited about the Xbox once again. And knowing that Microsoft is still going to be able to kind of go out there and do it. And the interesting thing, I thought one of the more interesting things anyway, is that he says they want to get people to upgrade to the new console faster, which I thought was really cool because obviously, they didn't do a real good job of getting people to do that from Xbox One to the Series X and S, which, even though I think the Xbox Series X and S are fantastic consoles, right, in their own right, I do feel like obviously they didn't give people enough of a reason to actually upgrade to, those consoles. Because let's just be real, we're 4 years in, and what is the, like, go-to game? What is the game that really kind of drives people, that says, oh man, you got to really play this game or whatever? Like, I don't know that we have that game yet. Maybe it was supposed to be Starfield, but Starfield did not exactly light the world on fire, I think, the way that, Microsoft intended. And so, we're kind of in this weird situation where they don't really have much that can kind of do these things. So, again, we'll see what's up with that. It's good news for this, as a hybrid console would inevitably have to suffer in performance, though, sort of like the Series S does from time to time when compared to a full-fledged home console. Besides, Xbox President Sarah Bond made the bold claim, obviously, that the next Xbox will offer the greatest leap ever from generation to generation. One way to do that, despite the shrinking performance gains offered by new chipsets, is adding an NPU, or a neural processing unit, to handle advanced AI. So, that is kind of what they might be kind of going for, right, with this particular instance. So we still have a lot to wait until we hear any official information about the next console from Microsoft. But again, I will do videos and just kind of get this out there. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things that it has been such a funny thing to kind of get things rolling again. You know what I mean? Like, I think people want to get excited about the hardware. They want to get excited about the software, the services, all that stuff. If you can get a next gen Xbox with no pay to play multiplayer, dude, I think that would be just one of the most phenomenal things that you could do, and people would be ecstatic about it. I just really feel like that could be something that could break Xbox back into kind of the stratosphere. We'll see how it all works out, but I think that, I would love to hear how everybody else feels about this. Like, maybe you guys feel a certain way about, Xbox. Do you want to see a handheld? Do you think it should be its own thing? Like, I think a lot of people sort of feel certain ways about these things, and for me, I don't know, like, what, make it an add-on? I don't know. I think it possibly, for me anyway, you have to have this thing be its own thing, right? You can't have a console that's out there, a handheld that is like, sort of, I get what they're doing, but personally, if you're asking me, which would I rather have, be an add-on and just come out with one console, why not do what you did this past generation? You have a Series X, and then you could also do a hybrid, like, dockable handheld with the Series S type thing. You could be definitely doing something like that. I really feel like it is a smart thing to do. But either way that they do it, I'm intrigued. Listen, having all your Game Pass games and all your library available on a handheld natively, yes, please. I mean, sign me up. That sounds like a really epic thing to do. And, sometimes, like this is what I do. I've been getting more use out of my Switch. Sometimes, like maybe I'm ADHD. I don't know. But, something will be on the TV, and, I'm laying in bed with, whatever the case may be, and watching something on TV, but I'm also maybe playing some Switch. So, again, doing something like Xbox like that, I think would be really, really cool. And, we could see something like that happen sooner rather than later, which would be a pretty amazing thing, in my opinion. So, like I said, I would love to hear everybody's thought process on this. And, hopefully you guys understand where I'm coming from with these types of things. And, let's just say Microsoft seems like they might have been paying attention a little bit to what some fans have been asking for, and you can't really ask for much more than that. Microsoft has to have their finger on the pulse of the community, and I think the community also has to be honest with Microsoft with what they want. It doesn't do anybody any good for us as consumers to just sit back and go, yeah, that's fine, if you're not fine with something, right? Like, I'll never be fine with putting your exclusives on PlayStation, right? You know, it's just the way that it is. You know, it just is. And there's some that I kind of draw the line with, you know, and we'll see if Microsoft kind of pays attention to that. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's going to be a very interesting thing to see how this all turns out. I'll link this in the description. Let me know how you feel down below. Rack 'em up. Crap Gamer out.